Gotta do hub bearings in this. It's a Mazda. I forget what kind of Mazda, but it's 2011. I wasn't gonna make a video, but I just found this lovely repair. I haven't gotten, oh shit, that's torn. I haven't gotten to the other side yet. I didn't diagnose this for the noise. This does have a magnet inside the thing. Hold on. Yeah, my wife's car just broke down. So she's a photographer, wedding photographer. She's gonna send me the address. It's about an hour and a half away. I'm gonna put a spark plug in it because this thing, it fails out plugs all the time. Let's get back to this. Hopefully I got the right bearing because this is a manual, and I don't know if I gave them a quote for that, but yeah, this is crappy as hell. Like I was saying, this has a magnetic strip in the bearing itself, so I got to be careful not to damage that. It's safe to say it definitely needed a bearing. Nice. We also got a joint here. Get that out. That's why I wanted to notate that before I took this apart. My phone overheated. I wanted to show using the tool, but I'm going to have to show it on the other side using this tool. So I have to get the hub out pretty easily, and now I got to get that out, which I only have one hand, but what I do is I, give it a little bit of lube, and I take a chisel and I kind of work around it, just tapping it, like not friggin' beating the shit out of it, but try to loosen any of that rust up. And this doesn't always work, but on this side it's busted off. I don't even know if you can tell that, like this right here. This is what a new one looks like. That's the new one. So sometimes you can get in here, if you look right in there, that's where the groove is. So you get in here. Oh, y'all, okay? So it worked pretty good. So you get it started like that. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Either use a screwdriver or some kind of pry bar or something like that, and make sure your face isn't in the way because this is spring-loaded. All right, just work your way around. Boom, it's out. So I got that out, and it drives out this way. Got it out, and I cleaned up inside there with a wheel well. You got to be careful because there's a sensor right there, that little donger. I don't want to take this sensor out because it probably will break. Just like that, it's in. Literally just turned it in by hand. It takes a while because the threads are so fine. If this didn't have a magnet strip on the back side, just right there, around there, it's easier to see on the old one, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. See the magnet strip? There's each right there. That's not like partition. Well, it is partitions, but what that is actually rust. Magnetic, it's a magnet. So there's a partition in between each one of those. One thing, very, very important, before you put that hub on, make sure you put the C-clip in. I've done that before. It sucks because what you got to do is you got to pull the hub back off to get it back on. So make sure that you do this before you put the hub on. Boom. Get the piston back a little bit. Take the cradle bolts out. Support the cradle and the caliper together. It's a 17, by the way. Jeez, this one's tight, huh? I just use a chisel. baby. Come on there, fella. No play in this one, but this one's a lot looser than the other side. So I just got this tool here, right? Stick that guy in there on this side. You want to barely start that, almost not even starting it. You take this gargantuan, stick this here, and then you start it. Well, that's pretty much it. So the tool setup. Get this guy. I like to put it where it's going to get trapped into something. That way I don't have to hold this all the time. So it's going to just trap here. Just crank it down. There you go. Hubs out. Get this C-clip out, which I showed on the other side, so I'm not gonna, hopefully it works as easy as the other side did. Usually I hit it with a chisel to break up the rust, but it seems to work fine without it. And this one just use it. That will go in the trash. I like to clean this section up. I don't know if I showed that earlier, but it's going to come out, so it makes it a little easier for it to come out. Besides, you got to clean it anyway when you get it apart. So with this guy here, it fits on that, right? And this side will fit right inside the hub there. And you take your other stuff, stick that through there. Stick that through there. That right there. All right. It's okay. It's not gonna hurt anything. Now, one thing I did note, but look, looks like it's got some rust jacking on there. Nice. This is going to want to turn this way, so you won't have to trap it. I said I want to trap this, so the best way to trap it would be on the other side. That way I don't have to hold it. Sometimes you got to hit it with a hammer to break it free. That's with all that rust in there. Oh, what's that? Same as the other one, clean it up. Door last, hub replacement. That's the part number. I've had very good success with these. There's nothing better than the dealer. But this customer has quoted over $2,000 to replace both front hub bearings and an alignment. I like to get it in there as square as possible. Give it a couple of taps. Like, you're not beating this thing and you're literally trying to make sure it's straight in there. It has a little bit of friction there, and that's good enough. I'm only on the outside of this race here, and I'm very lightly tapping. I want to make sure on the outside here, this is pressing on the outside, not the inside. And You gotta make sure that you got the sensor towards the inside of the car. Same thing on the back here, right there. All right, there's a little spot there where I have it sitting in there. And a little choppy joint on there. I just used the air gun just to snug it up. And I want to make sure this is centered here on the hub. Make sure I'm in the back there. Same thing, you're going to be jamming against the same spot. And it's going to take a while, but it's not hard to put in. This is super fast when you don't have worry about the ABS magnetic ring. You just use the air gun. Some people, I mean, I used to actually use an air gun too, and I never had problems with it, but that's when I was under somebody else's business. So if I broke something, the business paid for it. If I break something, I pay for it. And yes, this is the biggest ratchet I got. Take a breather. It's all the way tight. Now your bearing's in. Yeah, okay. Now I can get it right. It's all the way in. Just make sure it's seated. It is, and it's the same thing. You want to press this in. I'm going to use my weird kids. I'm going to use hand tools, and for this side, you want it to press on this inner race here. Okay? You want it to hold the inner race. You don't want to use this side because this will go inside there, and it might impede the end of the hub from going all the way in. Make sure you have this side on the back. Same thing. Put your washer on. Put your nut. Make sure everything's square before going. And again, if you don't have a magnet ring, super fast, super easy. Trap it again. Dogs love barking. Go to its all the way bottom out. Which is there. All done. A little bit of that on there. I run it down with the gun just to get it close, because I am going to use a torch. Got it on there. This looks really crappy. I'm gonna Clean this a little bit. Try to help 80 to get back into ball joint 4. And you put your brake system back on. You can see it's all rusty there. I cleaned the back of the wheel up and the both surfaces of the rotor. And I put a little bit of anti-seize on the hub here, not on the threads. And on the back of the aluminum wheel, I put anti-seize just a little bit. It's just the center ring there. I don't make sure it's polished, I just make sure there's no ridges. It looks like it's there, but there's no, I can't feel any of that. Cradle's on. It's very rough there. So I like to clean the inside of this here. And then I go with this guy. Just making sure I got all the oxidation off. I got a little bit here and there. This will make the wheel sit not flush. Finish it off with my other one here. So that's good. Put a little bit of this stuff on here. I'm not trying to cake it on. Pretty much the first time it gets wet, this is going to probably go away anyway. But whatever's trapped between the aluminum and the hub or the rotor there should stay. Theoretically. And well, just put the wheel on and take it for a road test. Don't forget to pump them brakes. If you do, that's on you.